Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch-along of the semi-final of the Champions League between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Or Atletico Madrid and Arsenal, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, guys. I know a little bit of reluctance. I know there's a lot of reluctance within the football hemisphere about this game. Well, you never know. We might be pleasantly surprised, guys. It might end up being a surprisingly entertaining game. Look, anyway, I'm prepared. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to be, entertained, as Robbie Williams once said, of course, guys. Absolutely. Now, the lineups have been announced, guys. Let me just read through some of the lineups for you guys. Now, in goal for Atletico Madrid, it is a 4-4-2 for Atletico Madrid, a rigid 4-4-2. They've got Oblak in goal, Lorente as a right back. They got Pubel, Hanko, and Ruggieri as a left back. They got Simeone, Koke, Cardoso, and Lookman. I like that midfield, to be honest. And Koke is a good player, to be honest with you. He's a good player, to be honest, guys. Griezmann and Alvarez. Now, you look at that lineup, and I think it's not that bad. There is a lot of attacking prowesses there. There's a lot of threat there for Arsenal, in my opinion. It is a 4-4-2. I mean, you don't see that every day, guys, these days especially. In regards to Arsenal, they're playing a 4-3-3. They've got Raya in goal, Ben White as a right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapi in defense. They got Rice, Submendi, and Odegaard. It's funny, weird, and a bit surprised that Eze has been left out of this side, to be honest with you. Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Madueke. Saka has also been left out the side. Madueke will play on that right side, guys. They're playing a 4-3-3. In regards to the substitutions, for Atletico Madrid, they've got the goalkeeper, Musso, midfielder, Mendoza, striker, Sirloff, who used to play for Crystal Palace, Alex Baina, the midfielder, and that's not the Incredible Hulk, Thiago Almada, midfielder, Clement Langley, the defender, Nuno Molina, defender, Obed Vargas, midfielder, Robert Lamond, defender, Salvatore Esquivel Jimenez is a goalkeeper. They got Javier Bona, defender, and Julio Diaz, midfielder. Absolutely. So, yeah. That is at their comedy substitute, Spence. In regards to Arsenal, they've got Mosquera, they've got Saka, Jesus, Eze, Kappa, Norgard, Trossard, Calafiori, and we got Setford, Lewis Skelly, Dowman. Absolutely. Cheers. Now, guys, we witnessed one of the games of the century, haven't we? Yesterday. And, I mean, no pressure, lads. No pressure. I mean, we're only asking for something, a little bit, a percentage of that game yesterday. If we get a percentage of that game yesterday, I'd be incredibly happy. Now, Atletico Madrid and Arsenal faced each other already this season. Arsenal were the better side. They won 4-0, guys, on the 21st of October, guys, at the Emirates, the last other time they played before that, which was it was the best Atletico Madrid can muster, was a 1-1 draw in 2018, guys. 26th of July 2018, which was probably a friendly, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, but that is the only way. Arsenal won 2-1 to Atletico back in 2009. Arsenal drew 1-1 at Atletico at home in 2018. The only win Atletico I could see is in 2018, a 1-0 win. Which was 3rd of May 2018. That was the last time. Europa League. That is probably, was that when Arsenal lost the final? Could be when Arsenal lost the final, isn't it? Yeah, they lost to Chelsea 4-0. I think that might have been it. But yeah, that's it. The teams are out on the pitch, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate everyone. Big up Ephraim. Hope you're doing well. Big up Bobby, legend, of course, guys. 2-0, says Bobby, against Arsenal. Look, I will take that, to be honest. You know what? I think it's very important that Atletico Madrid win this game today, because I know, you guys know as well, that if Arsenal do win this game, it's over. It's no point doing the watch-along next week, because I don't see Atletico coming out in an attacking formation. I think if Atletico Madrid win, they will defend well at the Emirates and catch Arsenal on the break, which adds to more entertainment, in my opinion. I think Atletico Madrid need to win for the sake of this tie, entertainment-wise. I do think that it's going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. I'm looking at that side from Atletico, and it's attacking-wise, as I said, I don't think it's that bad, if I'm being honest with you guys. Ephraim says 2-1. Now, guys, I'm going for Atletico Madrid 1, Arsenal 0. That's what I'm going for. Atletico Madrid 1, Arsenal 0. That's the score I'm going for, guys. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much. Smash a like on the way in, guys, by the way, if you haven't already. The game is ready to start. We are ready to go in this semi-final of the Champions League, that Metropolitano Stadium, of course, which I've been to a couple of times. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yes, here we go. A game ready to go, guys. Full house there. Absolutely. So let's hope for a quick start. Let's hope for some goals. If it's anything like yesterday's game, guys, we are in for a treat. Obviously, no pressure, lads. As I said there, no pressure. Game is started, guys. We are underway. Guys, absolutely. Let's see what we have here. Evening, Creeping Death. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again. Hope everything is blessed of you, guy. Now we are like literally 19 seconds in, guys, and I need a sip of coffee. Definitely, I'm already falling asleep. Now here come. I'm joking. Here come. Oh, there's a slip there for Arsenal there in a dangerous position. Here's Lookman on the attack. Griezmann, dummy, nice little dummy there. Alvarez. Oh, it blocked him there, right there. Nearly. Go on, Atletico. Go on, my son. Go on. Go for them. Yeah, they'll be very up for this. I would say my biggest concern about Atletico Madrid is the fact that if they can see the goal, can they adjust their formation? Can they adjust their formation into an attacking formation? And that's the biggest question that I have about it. So, Ephraim, I hope it will not be a boring game. I hope so, Ephraim. We're here to entertain each other anyway, guys. Absolutely. Yeah, you know what I need, guys? I need a nice, like one of those sofa sort of watch-alongs. I should have a sofa watch-along. Definitely. As it is, I've got a hard chair. Punishment. Yeah, but you know what? It is what it is, guys. Can't complain. Look at my hair; it's a mess. Bloody hell! I look like I've been watching Arsenal. Anyway, Atletico Madrid. That's a free kick to them. Gyökeres playing today. Gyökeres does look a little bit chunky, if you ask me. He doesn't look very fit. Lookman there. Very looking forward to seeing Lookman. Very impressed with him during the African nations. If you know, you know. Here come Atletico. Atletico Madrid started very well here, very sharp. The 1-2 didn't quite come on. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. Yeah, it looks like Arsenal sitting back. Looks like they're sitting back. I think anything, for example, in way of an Atletico Madrid win would be good for the game. Would be good for the game. That bringing it into the next leg, we know that Atletico Madrid can defend. So if Atletico Madrid get a goal, even if they win 1-0, right, that's enough. 2-1, that's enough for them to have a chance of going through, because we all know that Atletico Madrid can play. Now, one thing that's pleasing to the eye in regards to Atletico Madrid is the fact that they're playing 4-4-2. I got a little bit emotional. It's a bit like, wow, nostalgia. 4-4-2. I haven't seen that for a while. Ephraim, Sal, which team do you think will go to the final? I think Arsenal will win overall over the two legs. However, I think Atletico will win this game. But I think eventually Arsenal will squeeze through this time. Either way, they're losing the final for me. Both teams, any one of those teams are going to lose the final. Either way, I would say. Whether it's PSG, whether it's Bayern Munich, I think both of these teams have got no chance, really. Arsenal fans getting a little bit defensive today about the game yesterday. I mean, all of us were praising the game, enjoyed the game, and Arsenal fans were saying, oh, they're bad defensively. You can't play like that in the semi-final. They're bad. What do they know about Champions League football? What do they know about winning Champions Leagues? They've never done it. You think that Luis Enrique doesn't know how to win the Champions League because he's won it. You know what I mean? This is also Arsenal fans getting very, very defensive. It is hilarious, to be honest with you. It is very hilarious. But thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate you. I know there's not many, but thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. I know it's going to be a difficult watch, but you know what? We're here to make it entertaining. You want to talk about anything, guys? You want to have a chat? Let me know, guys. You are very, very welcome, of course. We got everyone. They come out Atletico Madrid, though. Atletico Madrid, to be fair, they started very brightly in this game. They started well. They started very brightly. You need to get that ball in the box. They have got some good players. I'm a bit concerned about their bench. Their bench doesn't look too strong, but they have definitely got some good players here. Yeah, it's just the bench looks a little bit sus. Is that Atletico now? Nice early goal will do nicely, guys. A nice early goal will do absolute wonders for everyone, I think. Definitely. A nice early goal. But here's Arsenal with their first attack. Madueke plays it in space. Ephraim. Oh, that's a chance for Arsenal. Nkape Raven on the back post. Arsenal fans think because of their defense is good, they will stop PSG buying deluded fans. They're stupid, honestly. They think their defense is good. You think? Listen, guys. Look, didn't PSG knock out Man City? Didn't they knock out Liverpool? What did Arsenal do against Man City? Twice. What did Arsenal do against Man City? Exactly that. Creeping. Still blows my mind to see Saka on free. I mean, mad, isn't it? I mean, isn't it crazy? Shouldn't they be asking the question as to why Saka has been playing so mediocre since his contract? Don't you think that's a bit strange? I mean, even I would admit, a couple of years ago, Saka was playing brilliantly, and I was like, "Wow, this guy's one of the best right midfielders in the country, in the world." These days he's not even up. He can't even get in the team. Madueke's in the team. It's passed out wide here on the left to Lookman here. Still Griezmann playing up front for Atletico Madrid, of course. Here's Griezmann. Here he is. On the right-hand side. Chance. And it's a goal kick to Arsenal. Already looks like a rear guard action from Arsenal already. Griezmann still got it. I mean, do you remember the days when Man United were linked to Antoine Griezmann? Do you remember those days when we were linked to him? All those times. Never quite happened, innit? It's a bit like Schneider. Never quite happened. Creeping. I think certain players created unrealistic expectations. Some players are amazing for a couple of seasons, then fade. That's true, though. It's true. That's the mark of mentality, though, don't you think? I think when players fade after a couple of seasons, it just means that they're not trying hard enough. There are many players. Here's a chance. Oof. There are many players who when they've signed that contract, think they've made it already. When I was growing up watching Man United, of course, none of those players had the sense of entitlement. None of those players felt like they've made it. They always were perfecting their craft. They're always trying to get better. These days, players, they're just like, I've made it. I've got my contract. I'm playing for whoever I'm playing for. And that's it. Do you know what I mean? Ephraim, so why do you think Arteta changed the attacking team to offensive team? Because he has no other option. I don't think he knows how to get a team through over the line. That's it. So he feels that by playing pragmatic football, he can get his team over the line. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. I don't think it's like that. I think Arsenal were a much more threatening team a couple of years ago. They're a much more better team. And honestly, this is why I don't want them now to win the league. I don't want Man City to win the league. Of course I don't. You know what I mean? But this is exactly why I don't want Arsenal to win the league, because of the way they play football. And it is terrible. But Atletico Madrid, of course, who destroyed Tottenham Hotspur in the first leg, of course, in the first game, the previous game, of course. They destroyed them. Hopefully we get something similar. There was a lot of goals in that one. Agree with Dev. There's no Roy Keane around to abuse players who slack. Yeah, absolutely. I always remember him calling CR7 a prick for missing. Well, what he did, I remember what you're saying, because Cristiano Ronaldo tried to be clever with the finish, didn't he? He tried to do a little chip or something like that when he just needed to blast it in the back of the net. But one thing is for certain: Cristiano Ronaldo never did it again, did he? He never did it again. And I think those little margins there is what made Cristiano Ronaldo the player he became. It's because of Roy Keane and people like that who told him from a young age. Now, there's two things you can do: you can sink or swim. And when players are telling you like this, that, players who've won everything, some players will listen. These days, players are more inclined to say, I'm not listening. What do you know? They're like that. They answer back. But Cristiano Ronaldo listened. And Cristiano Ronaldo improved, No, there's no Scholes and Keane to keep them in check. No. They're overly pampered softies, mate. That's what it is. That's what it is. So I say that any Man United team growing up in any era, right, apart from the last probably 15 years since what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about under Alex Ferguson, would absolutely walk this league. They will walk this league. Anyway, here's Arsenal on the right-hand side. Cross over there towards Gyökeres, cleared away by Atletico Madrid. Well, one back there. Koke. Back to Griezmann. Griezmann passes it infield now. He's looking for Lookman straight away, looking for that long ball to Lookman. Players now would cry and write a tweet. Exactly that. Exactly that. It's what they do. They can't, little bit of criticism. That's it. A number of players, the problem with a lot of players is that a lot of the people around them are their family and their friends. And the problem with the family and friends, it's great having your family and friends around you, but when your family and friends are continuously blowing smoke up your ass, you start to believe the hype. Well, some people do when they're young age and they're getting smoke blown up their ass and they can't do any wrong. They believe their own hype, and then obviously we know what happens, isn't it? They're down tool and they can't do no wrong. No one can tell them anything. Ephraim, so some of our fans are amazing. If you say Carrick is not good enough for United, they say you are a hater of Carrick. Look, at the end of the day, I think everyone is entitled to an opinion about Michael Carrick, and everyone has an entitlement to say what they feel about Michael Carrick. We have every right to read the red flags, right? Some people believe in Michael Carrick blindly. They believe in Ineos and the Glazers blindly. They feel like they're, just because it'll be admitting that they're wrong, that Carrick can do no wrong. For me, that's disingenuous, the way they think about, Manchester United. For us, we got what do you do in life? You learn from your experiences, right? You learn from your experiences. And I don't think we are learning from our experiences. We've been there, right? Let's not forget who Michael Carrick is. He was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's assistant. So as much as I really want Michael Carrick to do well, I want him to succeed. Of course I do. He's a Man United legend. But I'm not going to be blinded and gaslighted into believing him blindly, to believing in him no matter what. You know what I mean? Because that is what I'm seeing at the moment, Now, the performance at the weekend was diabolical. The performance against Leeds was diabolical. We lost against Leeds first time in 40 years, So, yeah. Long ball. Look already. Look, one thing about this, guys, Arsenal got every single player in their box now. Now, it's only got Gyökeres who's gone out, but Arsenal had every single player in their own area. Every player in their own area. Unbelievable. Creeping and millionaires with a couple of seasons. Yeah, this is the problem. Not even a couple of seasons. There's some players that when they sign their contract, they get a signing on fee. They get a big signing on fee. And that signing on fee is probably more than the average person would earn in their lifetime. Do you know that? So let's say they sign a contract. They could get at 250 grand to 500,000, even sometimes $1 million. Oh, good save, good shot. Alvarez with a very good shot there. A very good shot there from Alvarez. Yeah, that would have been nice if it went in, but it was a good shot. Good save, to be fair. Great save from Raya there. Yeah, that was a good save from Raya. He kept on it. But very good twist and turn there from Alvarez and a good shot. Alvarez probably their best player. It's a corner to Atletico Madrid. Griezmann's taking a corner now. Corner comes in. Cleared away by Arsenal. It's going to come back out here to Griezmann on the right hand side. Cross it in with his left foot, and it's headed away again. Arsenal playing counter-attacking football here. Here they go. Your carers. And well tackled by Neko. Neko got to be careful with the counter-attacking football. They've got to be careful there, but that was a good tackle there from Atletico. Good tackle there. Done very well. Creep him. They got fuck you money real quick. Yeah. Look, back in the day, they used to get a lot of money, but they didn't used to get like life-changing money. You know what I mean? Straight away. You know, only the best players will get a certain amount of money. Like Roy Keane would be earning like 40,000 a week, something like that. It's a lot of money, I know, but he earned that. It took time for him to earn that. Do you know what I mean? And you know, these days, even when you go down to League Two, and I know League Two, League One, League Two, and I know a few players who play in League One and League Two, and they are earning 6,000-7,000 a week playing in League One and League Two. I mean, can you only imagine how much money? Now you think about footballers, they get that signing on fee. You forget about sponsorships as well. All the sponsorships they get when they sign that contract, Nike, Adidas, whoever it is, they get big buffer contracts as well. All the money that is thrown at them, you know, everything. Mark, you legend. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Community, how you doing, my friend? Looks good. Let's go at Lecco. I agree. My job actually is opening a plant in Italy, so I might be seeing you soon, my friend. Mark, my guy, whenever you're there, I will see you there, mate. 100%. If you're, you know, wherever you are in Italy, let me know. I will be there, my friend. It'd be great to meet you. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, whereabouts in Italy are you going to be? Fantastic, mate. You're opening a plant in Italy. Wow. Congratulations, man. Italy's a fantastic country. I love Italy. I mean, I really do. Such a good place to be. Anyway, Arsenal come out their shell a little bit. They're coming out on the right-hand side. The cross comes in, and that's going to be safe for Oblak. You remember when Oblak was one of the best goalkeepers in the world not too long ago, if you guys remember. I just hope this game isn't 0-0. That's what. Creep him. Football money is insane. Ten Hag getting 30 million for getting sacked. Now, imagine this creeping death, right? Imagine you get sacked from your job. Me or you get sacked from our jobs, right? And we get paid our contract money. Everything we would have earned, we get paid. Imagine that. It's the only occupation in the world where you get rewarded for being sacked. Now, maybe, just maybe, by some fragment of the imagination, if you don't have sacking fees, if you don't get money for being sacked, maybe, just maybe, some managers weren't forced to sack. Because that happens these days, isn't it? Jose Mourinho must have made millions. He must have made 100 million from sackings. You know, now he's going to go to Real Madrid most likely, and he's going to get sacked from Real Madrid. Trust me. He's going to get another 20, 25 million payoff. These guys are greedy. Trust me, they're greedy. That's why I have no sympathy for them. I have no sympathy. I have no affiliation with any of them, honestly. Big up, Mandem. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the chat. I'll be in and out as I have people over. No problem, Mandem. Thank you so much for poking your head in. Really appreciate that, my friend. It's good to see you. Absolutely. That and politics. Yeah. Yes. You know, I mean, it's good if you can get it, but the amount of money these guys have, you know. And what the funniest thing is, one of the biggest excuses that footballers make. Well, we have short careers. We have short careers, mate. You earn 300,000 a week. That's more than someone would earn in 10 years. They're jokers, right? And then when you think about it, and then with that money, they purchase houses and things like that. So they've got assets as well. You know what I mean? Some of them given houses. Is Lookman here? The most exciting player on the pitch. 20 minutes gone, guys. 0-0. It is absolutely flown by. Not, of course. Long ball here. Your career is also a hobby. The majority of us would play for love for free. Yeah. You know, this is what I've always said. I know I sound like an old fogey here, but I've always said that they need to work in a real job for like every so often, regularly, just so they get down to reality a little bit. That's what I think. Now, with me, I've been a fishmonger, I've been a baker, I've been a security guard, right? I've worked in for the NHS in a hospital for 5 years. Um, Goodness me, I've done a lot of jobs. You know what I mean? And my first job was Mackie D's as well, McDonald's. So you know, the grind was real, man. The grind was real, you know. And these guys wouldn't have a clue about it. You know what I mean, man? You can tell both managers uncomfortable after yesterday's game. They know how to play football, which they are regularly done. It's embarrassing, yeah. You know, I'm sure the whole of Europe was thinking the same as we're thinking. I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain that look, we're not saying that this is good. We want this to be 5-4. It's never going to happen all the time. It's a rarity, right? But we know that this isn't even going to come close. This game is going to be a scrappy game like it is right now. Guardaval in the Siena, I believe. Nice one. It's not too far from where I am. I'm in Naples most of the time. So when I'm in Naples, you know, we should do a meetup, mate. Definitely. It'd be good to meet you. Siena's a nice place. Okay, is a little bit unhappy there. Yeah, Siena's in Tuscany. So Tuscany's beautiful. So you know where Tuscany is. Tuscany is where Florence is. Now, Florence is one of the nicest cities in Italy. It's beautiful. And yeah, it's a beautiful part. I'm sure if you're going to move there for a while, you absolutely love it. It's beautiful. Nature, everything. Your Keres is already on the floor, holding his face. Big up, Stephen. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to big up to Steve. Big up yourself. You're being Berendisi. Very good, nice place as well, Berendisi. Very hot, Berendisi. It's down in the south. I've just come back from Italy. I was there for 2 months. I'm back in the UAE at the moment. So I'm usually there in Christmas time, and July time. I'm there for a month or so. If I can, I'll go in Easter. Like this year, I went in Easter, but I had no choice. We had to go, considering the elements, what was going on. But yeah, we had to go and stuff. Ephraim, I want Arsenal meltdown today. It will be fun. You know what? As I said, as long as this ends in a defeat for Arsenal, no matter if it's 1-0, 2-1, take it back to the Emirates. Have something to fight for. That's what I would say to Atletico Madrid. Give yourself a fighting chance. That's what I would say. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. It's a corner anyway to Arsenal. Madueke is going to take the corner. Madueke for Arsenal will take the corner. A cross comes in, cleared away by Griezmann of all people. If Arsenal lose the title this season, it would be the biggest bottle job in history. Yes. Quad bottle. What do they call it now? The quad bottle, not the quadruple, the quad bottle. They were talking about the quadruple in March, guys. That's why it would be the biggest bottle job of all time, because how confident and how cocky they were talking about the quadruple in March. You know what I mean? So they deserve everything that's coming towards their way. Yeah. As long as they don't go near this Champions League. That's the one thing about it. As long as they don't go near this Champions League. Bear me a second, guys. Let me just get myself out. 1 second. Yeah, I think it'd be the biggest bottle job. I think Spurs being relegated would be the biggest team to be relegated since Leeds. I think Leeds being relegated was huge. Given the biggest shocks in Premier League history, I think Leicester winning the league, that was a big shock. Tottenham being relegated and Leeds being relegated is a big shock. I think Arsenal not winning anything this season will be a huge shock. I mean, no team. I know that Liverpool lost the treble. I know they were in the quadruple, but they weren't like in the position that Arsenal were, where Arsenal had a chance to be 12 points clear in the league and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I forgot. But what happened yesterday? Every single one of us. This is the thing, right? This is why people don't like Arsenal, because every single one of us yesterday were talking about what a great game it was, right? They were talking about what a great game it was and blah, 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 what a brilliant spectacle it was, what great football. Arsenal were bitter. Arsenal fans were bitter. They were talking about, oh, look at their defense. Oh, look at this, look at that. They were getting very bitter and jealous. And this is why people don't like them. They can't muster themselves to compliment. This is the thing. That's why no one wants them to win. They will never learn. Absolutely not, Stephen. FM, proper bottle job in history. I mean, let's hope they finish the quad bottle this season. The quad bottle, if they do the quad bottle this season, I think it will be a monumental moment in football. I want out to buy an Atletico jersey, and my girlfriend hasn't talked to me since I got home. So if I go missing, I pick up my friend Marky Buck. I had an Atletico Madrid jersey. I did. It actually was given to me by an ex-player, guys. It was signed by an ex-player many years ago. I've been to the old Atletico Madrid stadium. I've been to the new one. The new one's all right. The old one was like there was a motorway under the old Atletico Madrid stadium, a huge motorway it went through. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, my guy. El Snoozio. That's a good one. El Snoozio. Here we go. Come on, Atletico. You got to come on. You got to do the Lord's work, man. Come on, Atletico. Win this game, please. Here come Lookman. Lookman. Go on, mate. Go on. Out here on the left again. El Snoozio is a good one, though. Even their invincible season is amazing. How many draws? Yeah, half of them were draws. Vieira finished that off anyway. Yeah, because they cheated. They would have lost to Portsmouth, right? And Robert Perez kicked the leg of the Portsmouth player, and they gave a penalty. They would have lost that game. The penalty missed by Ruvan Nistelrooy, he was put off from that penalty. He was put off from the Arsenal, from Martin Keown and all that. You know what I mean? Even though it was a penalty. Chance over the bar, good header. Tony, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see you. I want Arsenal to win, so they get humiliated in the final. Big up, Tony Curtis. You know what I think, honestly, and I'm not being bitter here, Tony. You know what I think is that I think it's going to be a similar final to last year. I think, the Inter Milan, when they got absolutely annihilated, I think Arsenal or Atletico, that it will happen to them. I really feel that whoever gets knocked out of this semi-final should treat it as a blessing in disguise, because when they go to that final, I don't care if it's Bayern Munich or PSG, they are losing that final. I don't think Arsenal have the mentality to beat PSG or Bayern in a one-off final. I know that Arsenal could beat a PSG or a Bayern Munich at Emirates, right? But on a one-off final in a neutral stadium, we all know what happened to Arsenal in Europe, don't we? Every time Arsenal get to a European final, what happens? They lose. Didn't I lose 4-0 to Chelsea in the Europa League final? Have you seen Diego Forlan play for Atletico Madrid? Yes, I have. And I've seen Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank as well. I used to go around watching a lot of football when I was younger. Years ago, I used to watch a lot of football. I've seen Fernando Torres play for Atletico Madrid. Vicente Calderon. Anyway, here's Arsenal. Madueke. Oh, good strike. Good strike. Too much space there given, but it was a good strike for Madueke. I've been to most stadiums. Having a Man United season ticket as well. I used to go to a lot of games, and yeah, I've done my miles, guys. I've done my miles in regards to Man United. Trust me, you know, done my mileage. Creeping Death. We didn't speak that night, so we don't speak on that night. I agree. I agree absolutely. Bayern and PSG game should be off the being the final. Stephen, you know it should have been the final. Yeah, it would have been the greatest final of all time, wouldn't it? But there's always a party pooper, and you know, Atletico Madrid and Arsenal are the party poopers. You know, they're going to dilute the final now because we know what they're going to do. Guys, you know as well as I do what Arsenal and Atletico are going to do in the final, don't you? You know exactly. You can read it like a book. They're going to sit back. They're going to defend. They're going to take, you know, they're going to not give anything away. It's going to stifle the game. But Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich or PSG will score and it'll be over. You can actually tell that either team just wants to score first and then hold on to the fight. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I do think that this Atletico Madrid isn't as solid as it used to be. It's probably evident in the league as well. Gregory, is there anyone awake during this Arsenal Snooze Fest? I don't know how. I think I've had my third cup of coffee, guys. So I'm trying my best to stay awake from this snooze fest. El Snoozio. Absolutely. That's a good one, though, El Snoozio. Here come Arsenal anyway, on the attack. Declan Rice. It's out here wide left. Incape on the left-hand side. Stephen, watching the snooker is better than watching. Goodness me, I would like to do that. I should watch along for the snooker. You won't notice the difference. You won't know whether I'm doing a watch along for Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid or the snooker. It'll be so similar. It would be so similar. You wouldn't even know the difference. But I'm telling you now, though, for the sake of this tie, Atletico Madrid need to win. For the sake of the tie. Definitely. So right now, guys, we're about 33 minutes in the game, still 0-0 as predicted, guys. Between these two clash of the defensive-minded, pragmatic style football frauds. You know, some people, they say, like, no, I honestly think, though, Man United will do better in this Champions League than us. I think Man United will play better football. You know, I think Man United, if Man United win this tournament, I think Man United will play better, you know. That's a goal kick to Atletico Madrid. Mandem. It's literally the art of a low block, then scoring through a counter attack or set piece, then hold on till the end game ends. It's fossil football at work. Yeah, it is. It is fossil football. But you know as well as I do, man, them that they won't survive the final like that. You know that they're not going to survive the final. The quality of Atletico, the quality of PSG, and the quality of Bayern Munich is going to be too much for them, in my opinion. Samuel, I would rather watch a dragon and with Bruce Lee and then boring Enter the Dragon. Goodness me, it's a long time since I've seen that. A very long time since I watched that. Songs of praise. 10 things you would rather do than watch Arsenal. Sounds like England's game plan in every match. That was under Southgate. I don't think this one will be, though. Under Southgate. Here come Atletico Madrid. Gareth Southgate went defensive. And this is why I have my question marks about Steve Holland, who's the Man United assistant coach. Because he managed, he was assistant manager of that England team that had opportunities to win things. And he went pragmatic, he went defensive. You know. Can you believe Arsenal have the most expensive season ticket as well? They have the most expensive season ticket. Man, that's why I'm relaxed with this tie, because if they're either PSG or go through, they're beaten. Either one will beat them. Who has the best chance to beat Arsenal? Probably PSG. I think that Bayern, though, in the final, I think Bayern. I mean, you're looking at this Arsenal team. You look at Bayern, right, and look at Arsenal. Look at Arsenal's front line. Look at Bayern's front line. Look at the players that Arsenal got. Look at the players that Bayern have got, and the same goes with PSG and Arsenal, and Atletico. I actually feel that Atletico Madrid would have more chance of beating PSG and Bayern than Arsenal, because I feel like that will be their sort of game. You know, that will be their sort of game where they just, you know, to try and scam it. I don't think Arsenal can scam it against them. And I think that the mentality of Atletico is a little bit better. They have won the league more recently than Arsenal. They've been in the Champions League final more recently than Arsenal. They were unlucky in that Champions League, to be fair. Gregory, would watching a group of UK nursing home pensioners go bird watching be more entertaining than it is? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd rather queue up than watch this. I'd rather queue up in a big queue for no reason at all than watch. Arsenal like a theme park ride. You queue up like hours to get to the front of the front of the ride. Finally, you get to the front, you think, "Nah, I'm not feeling this. I'm going to walk off now." You know. Hello, Raja. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. How's it going? Has it been going? Well, expected. Boring. It's crap game, bro. Both teams like defending. It's very crap, mate. I mean, they feed into the narrative, don't they? The stereotype, don't they? I tried to give this game a chance at the beginning. I was like, you know what? Let's give it a chance. Let's see if it's going to be an entertaining game. Blah blah blah. Little do I know, you know. Here we are. Now, for 37 minutes in, 0-0. Could have bet that. Could have put a bet on that. Chelsea and Fulham are both expensive football clubs to watch. Fulham are not. No. Fulham have a 300 euro season ticket. Arsenal have a £2,000 season ticket. Chelsea are quite expensive because there's, you know, but every time I've gone to see Fulham, I've never spent a lot. Rajat, we would like to watch paint dry 5 weeks, then watch that. Yeah, I would, you know. Loki, evening. Hello, guys. This is shit game. Yeah. No surprise, but here come Atletico. Go on, Atletico. Go on, as Griezmann there. Come on, man. They know they're going to the final and they know they're going to get slapped. Both of these teams. Arsenal won't. Arsenal are delusional, so they'll probably think they can win. Arsenal, the most delusional team in the history of football. Here they are, though, in the final third with Madariki. Pass that here wide to Martinelli. Martinelli takes on this man. Takes on him well. Cleared away. Declan Rice. It's back out here to Incape. Infield to Declan Rice. Raja, well, at least Atletico have individual quality. Antoine Griezmann and Alvarez are summing it out of nothing. Yeah. To be honest, I would rather watch Atletico against PSG, Atletico against Bayern than Atletico against Bayern against Arsenal or Bayern against PSG. Honestly, I would. However, I think the tears from Arsenal fans would be generational if they got slapped up in the final. I mean, slapped in the final. I think that would be generational. Guys, when Man United lost the Champions League finals to Barcelona, Liverpool fans, City fans, Chelsea fans never said a thing. You know, the only fans that piped up were the Arsenal fans. I remember it like it was yesterday, right? The only fans that piped up were the Arsenal fans. And there was actually I think it was a Barcelona fan who said, why are Arsenal fans piping up? I mean, why are they talking? They didn't even get there, you know? But this is why I have no love for Arsenal, man. None. Cross comes in. Chance for let go here. Go on. It's broke. Oh, goodness me. Come on. Alvarez. He ran into trouble there. He ran into trouble. Raja could score off nothing when once. Yeah, they could. They got more quality up front, definitely. Casemiro more goals than Declan Rice this season. Yeah, Casemiro's got more goals than most players this season. A lot of players this season. Casemiro's actually in the running for player of the season for me. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal this season. You know, it's gone under the radar. Like, I feel like, you know, a lot of people want to ignore Man United players. But I also feel like, you know, Senny Lamans should be a contender for Young Player of the Year. You know, and people are not mentioning this, though. I think Senny Lamans, guys. Tune into my video yesterday. I got tomorrow. I think I got a video being uploaded tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. Chance for Arsenal. It's a penalty to Arsenal. That could be a red card. Why did he fail him there? It's a penalty to Arsenal. Why did he foul him there? Why did he do that? He was the last man. If that's a foul, he could get a yellow card, right? It's a red card, right? Why did he do that? Arsenal penalty, guys. Nah, come on. He bumped into him. He's running. Is that clumsy? Clumsy. Ah, come on, man. Oblak, we need you, mate. Oblak, we need you. We need you, Oblak. It was an accident, though. It was a soft penalty. It was a soft penalty there. Stroke of half time as well. Oblak needs to do something here. Your Keres is taking a penalty. Go on now, Black. Set. Oh, 1-0 to Arsenal, guys. Arsenal have taken the lead. Arsenal 1-0 up, courtesy of a soft penalty given away. These are type of fouls being given in the Champions League. Look at them going crazy in the box. That was such a soft penalty. What's he doing, though? How did he get man on? How did you let him do that to you? AFC will probably be lapping it up as they don't care about the performance when it comes to Prem, but when it comes to Champions League, no. Gregory, I'm disappointed in the referee. Yeah. The player was clumsy. What's he doing? And how can you let your man go goal side like that? You know, it's... Goodness me. All right, it's fine, guys. Don't worry. If Arsenal get to the final, we're going to love it. Don't worry. Soft pens in the Champions League, like lady, yeah. Yesterday was a ridiculous penalty they gave. This one was even worse. It's clumsy, though. Here come Atletico, though. Atletico. Lookman. Go on, Lookman. Back out here wide. Big up, Marcus. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up yourself and big up the community. Blessings to the community. Close to half-time, guys. They've got 2 minutes of injury time here. Arsenal 1-0 up, courtesy of a penalty. It had to be a penalty, didn't it? It had to be a penalty. No doubt about it. Arsenal fans going wild. You see him in the crowd going absolutely bonkers. Atletico Madrid 0, Arsenal 1. Atletico get it all to do here in the second half. I did say that Atletico need to get a win here today. By hook or by crook, they need to get a win here. They don't need to worry about the away goal. The away goal don't count anymore. But they definitely need to get an away here, a win here today. Can't they just sim the game? I wish I could simulate the game. You know what, with me, guys? You know, there's some people put simulations on their screens. You know, we in Stretford Post, we are the real ones, guys. We're the real ones. We don't put simulations on. We do the watch along in person. How's Zubimendi playing? He's quite good, but not playing for potential. Nah, yeah. For halftime, guys, it's halftime, I think. Is it halftime yet? Not quite. Marcus, at least Atletico is going to be forced to play. We may have a game in our hand, absolutely. Although if that was United, that Old Trafford would be considered a dive. Very true. It's half time, guys. Thank you for that ball fest, guys. El Snoozio is 1-0 to Arsenal. Guys, 1-0 to Arsenal and El Snoozio. That was an absolute ball fest. Absolutely, guys. I did not enjoy that. I feel violated. I really do. I do feel violated, guys. I know I don't like Arsenal, man. Their fans are awful. Press fast forward on the game. Imagine that. It's boring, mate. Out of Bruno, 19 assists this year, 10 came from open play. Is not that good. It's not. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not the best, but that's it's assisted assist at the end of the day, isn't it? You know, I mean, the only thing I have concerns about is Man United is the fact that he's the only one assisting. You know, we need more of our players, our wing backs, our fullbacks, our wingers, our fullbacks to assist a little bit more. You know, and I don't. He's the only one without Bruno who's assisting, whether he's assisting from a set piece or whether he's assisting from open play. We need other players to do some assists and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Are the referees in the Champions League biased and mistake prone? I mean, I do think in the Champions League things are a little bit softer. I do think, having looked at it, I'm going to be honest, guys. I think it was a penalty. I do. I think it's soft, but it's a penalty. The reason I think it's a penalty is because he didn't go for the ball. He bumped into him, and Gyökeres was clean through. I don't praise the Premier League referees. So I think the Premier League referees are awful. I'll be honest. The thing is, in the Champions League, you have to be so careful, what you do. But yeah, it was a clumsy challenge. He put his arm around him. He bumped into him. And yeah, but one thing, it's good what my guy said. It's an opportunity for Atletico now to come out and to try and play. And that's the thing. They can't be pragmatic, because I've said at the beginning of the game, they need to win this game. They need to get a lead going into the Emirates. If they don't get in a lead going into the Emirates, then boom. So we're waiting for the 11th of June, guys, by the way. I hate to bring this in, but the World Cup will start on the 11th of June. I will be doing a lot of great things, exciting things coming up for the World Cup, guys. So look forward to that. It's going to be fantastic. I'm aiming to do every game in the World Cup, guys. Every game. I don't know how many games that is. Let me have a look. So I'm going to be trying to do every game. How many games in the 2026 World Cup? Okay. So how many games? 104 matches. All right. Now, some of those will be joint watch-alongs, of course, because when it gets to the last game of the group stages, they generally play games together sometimes. So, but I'll be keeping an eye on every single one of those games, And starting from I think it's Mexico, the first game. Is it Mexico against South Africa? World Cup fixtures. So I'll be doing... you could tell the game was boring, this one, isn't it? I'm talking about the World Cup. 11th of June, we got Mexico against South Africa. The first game of the World Cup. Should be fun. Guys, it should be very fun. There's only one game on that day, and that's at 11 p.m., so I can do that one. So the funniest thing is about it is that I'm going to be doing watch-alongs at 6 a.m. That's going to be hilarious. We got South Korea against Czech Republic at 6 a.m. 11 p.m. Canada, Bosnia. 5 a.m. USA against Paraguay. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Qatar will be at 11. I don't mind the 11. Then we get into these type of games, guys, which is the 14th of June. It's going to be Brazil against Morocco. That's going to be 2 a.m. Right? Now, there is a day, right, where there is one game at midnight, one game at 2 a.m., one game at 6 a.m. What do I do? How do I fit sleeping? Can please someone explain to me? Yeah, look, on the 14th of June, we got Brazil against Morocco, right? On the 14th of June at 5 a.m., that 2 a.m. is Brazil against Morocco. And the 14th of June at 5 a.m., we got Haiti against Scotland, right? And I have to do the watch along for Scotland, for my Scottish folk. Then on the 14th of June at 8 a.m., we've got Australia against Turkey. And then on the 14th of June at 9 p.m., we've got Germany against Curacao. That is a busy day. Whoa. So it starts at really, look, you think about it, 11 p.m., 13th of June. That game will finish about 1:45 in midnight and in the morning. Then at 2 a.m., an hour later, I've got Brazil. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. 5 games. Late 13th of June, basically 14th of June. So we got Qatar, Switzerland, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland, Australia, Turkey, and Germany, Curacao. And then I haven't got a game for another 3 hours, 10, 11, 12. And then I've got 3 hours later, I've got Netherlands against Japan. It's going to be difficult, mate. It's going to be difficult. If I do it, guys, tell you what. Raja, it's different. The UEFA does different officials than the Premier do, yeah. It was a penalty. I think it's a penalty. I'm not going to be biased here. I actually think it was a penalty. I think he didn't get his man. He was clumsy. I thought Oblak should have saved it. Oblak, it went straight through Oblak's hand. Why did he do that with his hand? That was very passive from the goalkeeper. 5, really. Because when you're thinking about it, Gregory, the game one game for me, I'm talking about myself, right, where I am, the time difference, right? Unless I'm in Italy. So basically, you got one game at 11 p.m., right? So 11 p.m., the game will finish. That's 11:45, 12, 12:45, quarter to 1. Then there's a game at 2 a.m., right? Then there's a game at 5 a.m. So that 2 a.m. game will finish quarter to 2, 3, quarter to 4. I'd have an hour break. Then it's 5 a.m. USA, Paraguay. And then, yeah, so we got 5 games basically in one Swift. So when you look at this, look, 13th 11 p.m., 14th 2 a.m. So there's only a few hours difference. 14th 5 a.m., 14th 6 a.m., 8 a.m., and then 14th 9 p.m. So that's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in that period there, in that zone, if you know what I mean. So I know that technically Qatar against Switzerland's at 11 p.m., but the game after that's at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? You feel what I mean? You feel what I mean? Absolutely. Marcus, let's face it, with the exception of Bruno, we're essentially fielding a squad team as first teamers. Makes sense. Look at our team. We got good players. We don't get enough balls in the box. I don't think Ahmad's good enough. I think Mbuma will come good. I think Cunha's good, but I think a lot of our players are not good enough. Do you like Turkish food, Sal? Yes, I do. Of course I do. Who doesn't like Turkish food? I do like a good Turkish kebab, good doner kebab, you know. A good meat and chips would be lovely. And will Man United defend in first fullbacks, or do they need attacking at first fullbacks? Don't exactly know. Man United need fullbacks who can attack. That's what they need. It's as simple as that. They need fullbacks who can attack. I believe that fullback should be able to go forward naturally. I believe that's what you know. The World Cup, the time difference will be insane. For me, the time difference is insane. You're literally looking at. I'm trying to think where I sleep, because I don't just sit down in the day. I do things in the day. You know, the World Cup being in America was always the wrong idea. It was wrong. It should never be in America. The only reason it's in America is for commercial and money reasons. You know, America should just stick to NFL and WrestleMania. That's what it should be. It should never have the World Cup. If you're gonna put it in that area, just give it to Mexico. You know, and that's what I would say. You know, but it's fast becoming a money game. You know, that's if the World Cup isn't boycotted, of course. Roger. Looking back from the ball, Kane to Diaz, that made it 5-4 was mad. It was brilliant. It's brilliant. Kane had 2 assists. Very boring, Leeson. Big up, Leeson. Very, very boring. So that's 17 or 18 hours of possible starting the time difference on games during this World Cup this summer. Gregory, you're going to be there with me, my friend, and we're going to go through every single game, and we're going to do this thing. That's what we're going to do. We will try and do this thing. I will do it, and I think I deserve a reward for doing it. I will try and do it. But people forget, right, when you're doing watch-alongs, it's not just about just putting your computer on and watching the game. You have to do the thumbnails. You have to do the build-up. You have to do the social media side of things and stuff like that. So where do you find the time? This is the thing, isn't it? Where do I find the time to everything? I'm going to try and do it, guys. I'm going to try and do it. You know, I'm going to try and do it. Should be fun. Should be fun. I do need someone working for me. You know what I need? I need someone in America. I need someone to do watch-alongs for me. A couple of watch-alongs. I need you guys' help. Anyone want to do a watch-along for Stretford Post? You guys can do it. I'm not going to do simulations like some people do. I know that some people put a pitch on the screen and they do that little thing, you know, with the ball going back. They're not real guys. They're fake content creators. Trust me. Anyone who does that is a fake. All right, you've got to do the watch along, guys. I did the Euros. I did every single game. I did the, yeah. Exactly. Us, US doesn't really have the best football ball. Absolutely, bro. I'd rather give the World Cup to India than it, culture, but it's growing. It looked like, it's No, it will never be USA's main sport. USA had the World Cup in 1994, right? And they shouldn't have another World Cup. England haven't hosted the World Cup since 1966, and England invented the game. You know what I mean? It's mad. I'm so bored. I'm getting to sleep soon. Bernard, you've got to fight, hustle. Have a coffee like I did. Have a strong coffee. That's what you do. Bored, Matt. Very, very boring. Very boring. Atletico need to wake up. Yeah, they have to. I've said it. They have to win this game. Atletico Madrid have to win this game. They have to go back to the Emirates with a win, whether it's a 1-0, 1-goal win. Where it's a 1-goal win, it doesn't matter. They need to go back to the Emirates with a win. I don't think if they draw this game, even if they draw this game, they'll go through. I think this is their best opportunity. Who won't be bored with Haram ball? It's definitely Haram, absolutely. Imagine playing your hard-earned money to go and watch this travesty live. Even look at the broadcasters; they're clearly bored. Exactly. I don't like to see happy Arsenal fans. I remember the 94 wake up, working up early for those games. I was in England. Obviously, I'm born and raised in London. The first World Cup I remember was obviously the 1986 World Cup, but 1990 was the first real World Cup I watched, which was a great timing because it was in Italy and I was in London. However, the 1994 World Cup, so basically it depends whether the game was in New York or Los Angeles. So if the game was in New York, they're 5 hours behind England. So basically it wasn't that bad. I was at school. I missed some games, but it wasn't as bad. But because I'm in the UAE, we are right now 3 hours ahead of England, right? 3 hours ahead of England. So that will be 8 hours ahead of New York, right? And that will be, I don't know how many, the time difference between New York and Los Angeles. Gregory, you can help me out. I think it's about 1 hour, 2 hours. So you're looking at about 10 hours behind Los Angeles, and some games are going to be played in Los Angeles, you know, and I think I can do it. Brother, Mandem, you know, it just, you know, sometimes, you know, they say that you don't appreciate the rain. You don't appreciate the sun until you feel a little bit of rain. You don't appreciate food until you've been hungry for a while. This is how I look at Atletico Madrid. This is basically therapy, right? This is therapy for me. So to appreciate life, basically. So I'm watching this game and thinking, do you know what? That game yesterday was a gift. It was a magnificent game. Now I have to appreciate now. This is my punishment for that game, you know. Would be betting on Alvarez free kick if it could. I mean, they got to do something, man. They got to go for it. You're in the same time zone. The time for me right now. So I got the game on my phone, so I'll look at it on here. Yeah, time. It's 4 minutes past midnight for me now. Listen. It's 4 minutes past midnight. Samuel, do you remember a place in London called Mottingham near Eltham? I know Eltham, not sure about Mottingham. I've worked in Eltham, very dead area, very boring dead area. You know where I worked in Eltham? Do you know where it was? It was in the job centre. I worked in a job centre at Eltham for a couple of times. I used to be like a contractual security guard. You know that, and I used to go around the job centres. And I used to do job centres. I used to do the courts. I used to do all that. And I used to do the security there. And I worked in Eltham a couple of times. Very boring area. That is penance. Penance? What's penance? In Mauritius, same time. Oh, yeah, got you, Leeson. Big up Mauritius family. Big up, Leeson. Yeah. Opinion about Lookman is the Manchester United quality level? No. I've always said that. He's not. Who's from South London? I'm from East London. I lived in South London. I lived in Croydon. Which is, those who know. Kickoff, guys, for this Haram Balls 2.0. El Snuzio is going on. The second half of El Snuzio, guys. The World Cup is being held in North America is to ensure Saudi Arabia will have the World Cup in 8 years, 2004, which is why it's currently happening. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I guess money talks, Gregory, eh? I guess money talks. One thing, my older brother, he lives in New York. He's married there. He lives there. He's a citizen now. My older brother lives there. He said he's going to go and see a couple of games. He's happy about it. He said he's going to get a chance to see a couple of games. Apparently, Mexico are going to be playing a couple of games or something like that. Or Paraguay said that because there's a big Latino community in New York, of course, in America in general, and he said he's going to go and try and see a couple of games there. So that should be fun. It's literally the good and the bad of football. Just because we witnessed a marvelous football yesterday, we now have to witness this a travesty as part of football. Now it's part of it's part of the ritual. But honestly, can I be honest? The worst thing that could possibly happen, guys, and I'm going to say this to you with my heart, right, is for Arsenal to win this Champions League. I am warning everyone in advance. I know this game hasn't finished, but the possibility, the red flag, if Arsenal win this Champions League, guys, for how they do it, I don't know, hook or by crook, PSG go down to 10 men, Bayern go down to 10 men, trust me, guys, it will be the worst thing that could possibly happen to football. Everything we say about Arsenal, all these things, well, you haven't won in Europe, you haven't won the Champions League. Forget about it. Imagine Imagine those people. Imagine what they will be like if Arsenal win this Champions League. Imagine it. My goodness me. SCB. Why are we watching this boy Mikel Arteta football? Because it's a Champions League semi-final, SCB, and we have no choice. This is a football channel, so we have to do the football groundwork. We have to do the football work, of course. You know, guys, in the summer, I'm going to be watching games like Jordan against bloody Bosnia. You know what I mean? And I'll be doing a watch along for that. You know what I mean? And things like that. This is how football works. Don't you think Saudi also has a great football culture, but more than USA do? Yeah, they do have it. They have a better football culture than the USA. Yes, their league is better. They put money into the league. They actually contribute towards football. America have taken away from football. Saudi Arabia have contributed to football, and this is a fact. Right? Let me give you an example. The Glazers at Man United, the ownership at Chelsea, Bowley, right? Blueco, American. Saudi Arabia, they put money into the football like Newcastle. They put money into boxing. They put money in, and they actually give back to the sport, right? Just like Qatar and that, they give back to the sport. They built PSG, by the way. There's no football team in the stratosphere that are as good as Man City and as good as Qatar, who are owned by Americans. Not Man City and PSG, who are owned by Americans. Close. Great free kick that. You know? Americans are not, they should stay well. Not all of them, because I know there's some great American fans, but the owners should stay well away from football, in my opinion. And the Middle East. Any transfer updates out, Leeson? I've got some big news tomorrow. Make sure you join me for that show tomorrow. I generally, before I'd done Breaking Dawn this morning. So I gave my transfer news then. But what I do, I wake up very early in the morning and I get my transfer news from a very good source. Very well connected guy over here, which is why some people report the news after I've reported it months later, you know. But yeah, whenever I get it, I will give you it. At the moment, you know, Man United, from what I'm hearing, they are having a little bit slight reservations about Baleba. They are starting to see sense at the moment. Anderson is still a top priority for Manchester United. However, Manchester City will be in for Anderson 100%, and we're going to be fighting tooth and nail for him. The biggest problem that we're going to have is that Real Madrid are looking to sell. They're looking to sell some players. Endrick is one of the players they're looking to offload, and the Man United are linked to Endrick as well. He's doing very well at Lyon. Tchouaméni and Camavinga as well. Real Madrid want to sign Rodri for Man City. With that money that Rodri received from Man City will go out and try and bid for Anderson. And that is like a ripple effect, a domino effect of what could possibly happen. This is where Man United need to act quickly and get their motion in gear, basically. Still 1-0 to Arsenal, guys, in this El Snoozio. Yeah, lots of Dominicans, Mexicans, and Ecuadorians. Yep. You throw tens of millions at desired result to corrupt people in positions of power, and you're going to have the results you want. Yes. Shouldn't be like that in football, though. Football was the working man's game, you know? That's what it was. That's what I was raised. Man United were built on the working class, not for some greedy billionaires to take charge of them. You know, Man United are the working class. Football is the working class game. That's what it was known as. You know, in the early 90s, Margaret Thatcher of England, she despised football. She called it the peasants' game, the working class game. And she said it was a game for hooligans and things like that. And I know that England had a hooliganism problem, but they tried to ban football in England because of that. Because it is the working class game. It's the game for the normal folk like me and you, of course. So, yeah. Not for these billionaires to take advantage because it earns money. Oh, look at that. Football's good. We can earn money. Now, the difference is whether Saudi Arabia that are corrupt, the difference between... Oh, come on, man. Oh, my goodness me. How has he not scored that? How on earth has he not scored that? That is a big miss for Atletico. Should score there. See, the difference is between the Middle East owning football clubs and America. Whilst there's corruption in everything you do in regards when money is involved, the difference is the key thing here. The Middle East will build to be the best. They will build to be the best. They want to be the best, whether it's the highest tower, whether it's the best football team like Man City. What they've done at Man City is incredible. Whereas America and the West will be what can make us more money. That's the difference. Yeah, I don't mind if we don't win the league, as long as we get in the Champions League, as long as we can do that. Do you know what I mean? And it's evidence there, you know. Atletico claiming handball here. They're claiming handball. They're surrounding the referee. They are claiming handball. VAR have to get involved here. If they're going to give a penalty yesterday, they're going to have to give this penalty. Let me have a look. Hit his hand. If they're going to give the penalty yesterday, they have to give this penalty. Yeah, they have to give this penalty. This has to be a penalty to Atletico Madrid. If they're going to give the penalty yesterday. Also, I had the same thoughts, but with that, we've seen from Bayern and PSG, it gives me hope that Arsenal won't win anything. I hope so, mate. It's a handball. If they give that penalty yesterday, they have to give this penalty. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. It's going to VAR. Come on. It's a penalty. If you look, guys, they leave themselves in a corner. They put themselves in the corner, right? They put themselves in corner. Now they have to give that penalty. This is a lifeline for Atletico Madrid, guys. Penalty. Penalty to Atletico Madrid. Wait. Get in. Come on. Penalty. FCB. Do you want Alonso as Manchester United head coach? No. Why would I want that? He's an ex-Liverpool player, mate. I don't want Alonso. Too recent, mate. Too recent. When Qatar was bidding for acquire MU, thought it was the formality until they get it eventually. Absolutely. Come on. There is some justice here, Greg. Absolutely. That hit his hand. Big up everyone in the stream. That is a penalty. The oil money seems to be doing okay for PSG and City. They are winning everything. Exactly, Stephen. Oil money is just a thing they like to throw at them, you know? What's their money? Epstein money? There you go. You know what I mean? Here come on, you've got to score this. You've got to score this. Come on, mate. This is you, bruv. This is you. Yay! 1-1. Go on, Alvarez. 1-1. Good penalty. Straight in the back of the net. Well taken. Smashed it in the back of the net there. Absolutely smashed it in the back of the net. Well done. 1-1. That's better. Game on. That's what more like it. Absolutely. That's more like it. Big up. Do you like beef jerky or pork scratchings? No, I don't eat pork. Ponzi schemes of money. Yeah. They probably do. They probably have an investment. They're not owned by them, but some people have investments like PSG, but like Atletico Madrid have investments on the stadium. So basically, it used to be just a Metropolitano stadium, but they put money into it. So for sponsorship reasons, it's not that they own the club, but that's generally where it starts. So if Riyadh come in and they buy the stadium and or they invest in the stadium, this is what's going to happen to Manchester United. So basically, what will happen to Manchester United is that Man United will build a new stadium, and they'll probably get a sponsorship for that stadium. And this is the biggest thing, you know. This is why Ineos don't want to rebuild Old Trafford. Is because they can't name the Old Trafford, the Etihad Old Trafford, or the Riyadh Old Trafford, or the Abu Dhabi Old Trafford. No, that's the thing, because of the heritage. That's why they want to move away into their vanity project, of course. You know, Atletico have got a chance now. Atletico need to win this. Us Lamar used to sing "If There Is No Justice in the World." Lamar, if there's any justice in the world, I will be your man. You will be my girl. Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Why are you putting that one in my head, mate? What a song. What a song. What happened to Lamar? Whatever happened to Lamar? And they're going to need to win this. Even if they win 2-1, take it back to the Emirates. Scumbag will win at the Emirates. They can't slap the name Ineos everywhere. Example, Ineos, exactly that, Gregory. Because of the heritage of Man United. And Man United is not no normal football club. The adversity that Man United has suffered, i.e. 1958 and that, it'll be an insult, you know. Come on, Atletico. 2-1, 3-1. Go and finish this team off. Go and finish Arsenal. Southampton beat Arsenal. Come on. Look, man. They just need to be careful of the counter-attacks. Hope Atletico score another goal, take a 2-1. They need to take a lead, you know, to the Emirates. Absolutely. This game has been atrocious that they had to award penalties for it to have goals. Yeah, that was the only way the penalties were the goals were going to come. Do you know what I mean? What if they name it the Ineos Sailing Stand? Yeah, that's what they want. Sir Jim Ratcliffe Way, not Sir Matt Busby Way. Sir Jim Ratcliffe Way, Ineos Stand. You know, this is what we're talking about here. Like, this is what they'll do. They'll sell our soul completely, guys. Every single stand, they'll be like, they want the tent outside so they can have open concerts and stuff like that. There are people living up their backside, to be honest with you. Haram Ball versus Haram Ball, yes. The Astaghfirullah Cup, if you know, you know. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ask my brother, if my brother goes to some of the games in the World Cup, I'm going to ask him to, I'm going to broadcast some games live from the World Cup. If you can do that, why not do that? You know? Lots of things going to come. I'm still planning it. I got to plan my schedule to perfection. Got to plan my schedule to perfection. Probably some of it I'll be in Italy. No, but I heard they're going to be astronomically expensive, man. That's what I heard. United beat Atletico, and I'm not being funny. I'm not being bad, Gregory, but just because I'm a Man United fan, right? I think Man United have more chance of winning this Champions League than Arsenal or Atletico. I think Man United have more chance of beating PSG and Bayern than those two teams. Why? Because of football heritage. It's simple as that. You know, people underestimate what football heritage is. You know, and you know how it is earned and things like that. You know. Well, next season we will be there, and next season it's up to us to prove it, isn't it? It's up to us to do it. Will like Simeone. It's a difficult one. The thing with Simeone would demand more respect. Simeone would be more of a disciplinarian than Carrick is, you know. However, the history between Simeone and Man United is those who know Beckham and stuff like that. It's not the best. However, that was a long time ago. The real Champions League final was yesterday. It should have ended there, Gregory. They should have forfeited this game. Lookman, it's out wide here. Go on, Atletico. Get that cross in the box. Lookman, go on. Go on. Oh, it's hit the post. I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness. Atletico should be winning this. They should be winning this. Do you think United can compete with teams like PSG? Of course they can. Of course they can. Where it's heritage, isn't it? It's football heritage. Man United have got a bigger heritage than Arsenal. Unlucky. They need this 2-1. They need to go back to the Emirates with a win. Keep Arsenal fans nervous. Another corner. We need a win. We can't keep Arsenal. We can't get happy. Arsenal, they're going to go, well, take a draw. I'll take a draw all day long. It's going to be another corner. Looking at Atletico crowd and support World Cup, yeah, they need to put pressure on Arsenal. Corner comes in again. Back out here wide. Cross comes in. Look, man, you're shit, man. Look, man, you're shit. Honest to God, what is that? That's what I mean, man. Honestly, PSG versus Bayern Munich was the 2025 final. COVID, yeah, it was actually a boring game, Beef Buddy. I remember it well. It was Bayern Munich who won it, wasn't it? Yeah, PSG came close before they actually won the Champions League. They finally won the Champions League against Inter Milan last season. Yeah, but the thing of PSG, they put the groundwork in. They went to finals. They got close a few times. And this is the thing, Man United beat that PSG side, you see, and this is what we're talking about. With Man United, we are the pioneers of Champions League in English football. So we will always be there. Be good to see Man United win the Champions League again, and I hope all Man United fans get to see Man United win the Champions League. I'm so lucky I've seen two. Greatest feeling in the world winning that European Cup. Really great feeling. Couldn't take it away from me. At the end of the day, some people talk about, oh, it was a pass out, it's a pass. No. If you haven't witnessed it, it's an unbelievable feeling, becoming the champions of Europe. But the two times that I've witnessed Man United becoming champions of Europe, we were the champions of England as well. We were the best, undisputed, guys. Gregory, United wanted Griezmann so much a while back, yeah, and he's making enough mistakes that he should be subbed off during the Champions League semi-final. They're keeping him on there for his experience, isn't it? Man United wanted him for a long time. Didn't quite work. I've always been a little bit skeptical about Griezmann. I've always been like, meh, sort of thing. I've not been totally convinced. In other words, I've not been totally convinced with Griezmann. In other words, guys, don't forget to join me tomorrow for the Europa League semi-final, or between Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Now that should be a game. In this Europa League semi-final, Nottingham Forest, football heritage, 2 European Cups. Now think about this, guys. I want you to see this. Yeah, Atletico Madrid against Arsenal. Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. Atletico Madrid against Arsenal, 0 Champions League winners. 0. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, 3. Aston Villa won it once. Nottingham Forest won it twice. That is a bigger game than this. Football heritage. That's a bigger game than this. Why does Trossard look like that referee, that French referee? There's something about seeing that little title at Old Trafford. I love the Premier League. I've seen 13 Premier League titles. I'm lucky. I feel myself very lucky to have seen that. But what I would say is this: the Champions League is a next level feeling. Honestly, winning the Champions League, in my opinion, in my experience, apart from the first Premier League title, which we won after 26 years, we became used to winning the Premier League. But when we won that Champions League, because we came close so many times, it was just the best feeling. It was such a good feeling because you're the best. All right, no one could say anything, and we're not only the best, we're the best in England, we're the best in Europe. Here come back there, go on. Griezmann this time. Griezmann, man. We need a win for Atletico. Come on. Griezmann's having a stinker, man. The ball keeps bouncing off him. But whoever Atletico got on the bench, they've only got Surloff. Surloff was like a Crystal Palace reject, wasn't he? Can't wait until Old Trafford is celebrating a Prem title. I can't wait, mate. I think I would love Man United fans to see that. Now Saka and Trossard getting ready to come on. Yeah, they're on now. Big up. Death taxes and Arsenal collapsing. Absolutely. I hope so. Some Forest fans say they are a bigger club than Arsenal. Well, technically, when you're talking about European heritage, they are. They've got 2 stars on their shirt. Uruguay have got 2 stars, World Cups. That's all that matters, is that it's the stars. Aston Villa have 1 star. They don't have none. See, Man United, we won 3. We should have won more, 100%. But we won 3. So, There's levels to this game. Tony, Champions League win is next level as a supporter. It's a great feeling, Tony. It's a great feeling. I'm not going to lie. When we won the Champions League 99, I was at the new camp. I was only 16 years old. I went down to Barcelona on a coach. Check out my video. I've got a video explaining it. You know, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable feeling. The way the game went, it was just, it's like you went on the cusp of losing to winning. It was an unbelievable time. You know. Great year. The Champions League is very difficult to win. European League teams that played up, it's easy. It's not easy, no, because there's lots of stipulations that you have to account for. It's the luck of the draw. Like when Man United won it in '99, people don't understand how good Inter Milan, Juventus, and Bayern were. They would destroy this Champions League right now. Let me just tell you right now, easily, hands down. Even this PSG side, they would beat them. It was that's how we played basically a team better than PSG in every round. Real Madrid have 15. That's insane. It is insane, yeah. That's their tournament, though, isn't it? They're good at it. But that's what happens when you get that feel for it. When you get that feel for winning the tournament, you know, you get that habit of winning it. You know, I mean, last 10 years they won it quite a lot, though. But they won it because the football's been so crap. Sal, how many stars would be in Real Madrid's kit if they choose to put them all above their badges? They won't be able to do it. They just have to write. They just have that thing like that Champions League thing in it with 15 written on it. That's why Man United don't write the stars on their shirt. You know, and after Real, yeah, 7, then Liverpool 6. Bayern Munich have 6, I think, as well. Bayern have 6, Liverpool have 6. We have 3. For some reason, I can't find Arsenal. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. I don't know. Man City have 1. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow, look out for all the content. Of course, I'm doing a watch-along as well. I've got Breaking Dawn tomorrow. I've also got a video being uploaded tomorrow as well, so look out for that. I'll be on Hussam's channel tomorrow as well, so join me for that on the live lounge, EPL lounge. So I'll be on that tomorrow. So, you know, representing Manchester United as I do. So don't forget to join me on that as well, guys. But obviously, ultimately, I've got the watch along for the Europa League semi-final, which I feel would be a better game than this. I really do. Both clubs playing today. No Champions League. Big up, my friend. Yeah. But tomorrow, both clubs Champions League in the Europa League. Here come Atletico. Look, man. Oh, you idiot. What's wrong with this player, man? What's wrong with this player? He's getting on my nerves. Such a bloody kick and run merchant. Come on, man. I'm tired of these players that's got no quality. You know what I mean? There's got no quality, got no composure. Honestly, like, let's put that in the corner. What is wrong with you? 2 chances. Such a failure, man. He's a failure. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You're in front of goal and you hit it straight at the goalkeeper. It's really pissing me. Guys, they don't understand how much I need Atletico to knock this team out. No, I mean, what is wrong with them, man? They can't win anything, man. The only European trophy they won was the Cup Winners' Cup, and that doesn't exist anymore. And they made a song about that. And that was like the third cup, the third European trophy in Europe. Wasn't that important? Yeah, man, they pissed me off, honestly. So, would Xabi Alonso be good for United? No. And we shouldn't even contemplate it. He's a Liverpool legend. He's a Liverpool guy. He loves Liverpool. It's too recent. Not yet. I think here comes Lookman. Now, this is you, man. This is you. Lookman. Oh, my God. This guy. Honestly, get him off. Get him off, man. Honestly, this guy, honestly. This guy is an absolute bum. Honestly. Such an average player, man. I'm fed up with these overhyped players. People gassed him up. Look at that. He's got there. Look, look. He's free and he just hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Honestly. Raja. No, Shabby won't ever come to Man United. That's some fake dream. Yeah, look, Man United, he's a Liverpool legend, mate. Man United won't want him. It's as simple as that. No stars for European Cup, Europa League. No, even though Arsenal would do it if they were. Just wondering because Raul is replacing Xabi Alonso. No, they've replaced him already, mate. Arbeloa is there. I can't believe Atletico not winning this game. I'm so annoyed at Lookman, man. 2 big opportunities, and he just... You know, there's some players there, right, are just so overrated, honestly. I mean, I'm not being cruel here, but honestly. So bloody overrated, man. It's Arbeloa, and then probably it's Jose back. Yeah. I think that's a mistake. I think Jose's done out here. Jose's done out here, you know. Good evening, my friend Sinjima. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Evening. So you've got 3 players to sign in the summer. Have to be realistic targets. Who are you buying? Everything is realistic for Man United. Everything should be. Once Man United are in the Champions League, everything is realistic. For me, the 3 players I'm signing is Stiller, Anderson, and... Probably. You want realistic? Tonali. Stiller, Anderson tonight. But if I sign Stiller and Anderson, if it's only 3 players, I'm going Stiller, Anderson, or Tonali. And someone like Arda Güler, who's looking to leave Real Madrid, or Rodrigo Mora, who can play in that attacking midfield position, like a creative player. Creative stroke striker. It's another penalty. My goodness me, guys. Is that a penalty? It's another penalty, guys, to Arsenal. It's another penalty to Arsenal, guys. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's going on here, guys. They're diving all over it, but it's the only way they can play. It's another penalty to Arsenal. How soft was that? He won the ball. No. Penalty. It's a penalty. He dived. He dived. He didn't touch him. He dived. He didn't touch him. He dived. Damn cheats, man. Cheats. That's the only way they can win. No penalty, man. It's no penalty. They need to look at this properly and be smart. They need to be smart. They need to look at the penalty. They need to look at this and be smart here. It's not a penalty for me. They can't give a penalty for that. No chance. These referees, man, they need to wake up and look at the game, man. They're too dopey. Come on. No way is that a penalty. I think he said check. Did he say check there? Yeah, he's going to go to the monitor. They're not going to give it. They're going to go to the monitor. Good. 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 Diving all over the place. He fell over before he even got the ball. Look, watch this. Watch it from the other angle. Look at the other angle. It's not a penalty. No, he's got to look at Madueke's foot. Madueke goes in there and he goes over his leg, right? He instigated the move. So he that is not a penalty. He instigated the move there. That can't be a penalty. No chance. They can't give a penalty for this. No penalty. That's it. Well done. Well done. Well done. Why everything getting soft? I know, man. They got. I mean, the thing is, right? I saw that in real time. Why are the referee? The referee's right in front of it. Why are the referees not seeing this in real time? What's wrong with them? Can't they see it with their own eyes? I can see it from here, right? That is dive. You can see it's a dive straight away. They're so quick to just go penalty. They're so quick to say penalty. Do you know what I mean? So we want Arsenal win. We played the long game. Think of the final. I know, Tony. I know. But one thing I'm concerned about, Curtis, right, is if something goes wrong in that final. You know what I mean? Like a red card. You know what I mean? Something. PSG gets by in the next leg. There's suspensions. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm worried about. I cannot handle. I don't want Arsenal in the final. I don't want Arsenal jumping out. We're in the Champions League final. We're in the Champions League final. I can't deal with Arsenal. I can't deal with them. Arsenal winning the Champions League shows that APL is the strongest league. We don't need to say that for it to be the strongest league. Just because the EPL is the strongest league doesn't mean they have the strongest team, right? So the strongest team in it, there's two strongest teams in Europe, Bayern and PSG right now, right? It doesn't mean we don't have the strongest league because every team in the league is good. It just means we don't have the strongest team. You know, so there's a difference. Raja, may as well take extra 2-3 seconds and don't give the penalty then immediately. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that, Raja. Just take it easy with the penalty. Just like, you know what I mean? They have diving judges holding up cards. They should. Absolutely, Greg. Absolutely. Diving everywhere. Arsenal will get blitzed to PSG. They're playing like this. They're going to get blitzed. Part of me agrees with Tony, you know, that more times than not, 9 times out of 10, whether they play Bayern or they play PSG, Arsenal are going to get slapped. It's as simple as that if they get to the final. I think Lookman has cost the game for Atletico today. I think Lookman has been absolutely diabolical. Griezmann hasn't played well as well. Lookman folded, man. You know, the moment you need your big players, they fold. That's what I'm talking about, mentality, man. You need mentality monsters. Do you know what I mean? You need mentality monsters. Big up Dabisas, by the way. Hope you're well. You need mentality monsters. I don't think Lookman is one of them. If Atletico Madrid actually tried to press this game, I thought they would have won it. I mean, they could still win it, of course. They keep losing the ball like that. They're not going to win it. Chance at Arsenal. They're on the attack here. Blocked. Well blocked. Beef. Sal, who do you think will get PSG or Bayern Munich then through PSG or more goals? I think it's going to go to extra time and penalties. And I think PSG will win after extra time and penalties. I think Bayern will win on the night. I think Bayern will win by 1 goal. And it will be extra time and penalties. That's what I'm foreseeing. I think it will be a high-scoring game again, but it will be like 3-2, 4-3 to Bayern. But I see it going all the way to extra time, and that's it. Madueke is playing well. Saka, Trigger Kim, hasn't played well since he got the contract. He hasn't played well since he got his 300 bags a week, you know. Big up Alex. At the moment, we'll be victorious at the Emirates. You think? Who knows? Such a soft penalty award for Arsenal earlier. Yeah, there was one. Very soft. I've seen Eze dive those soft and Bluetooth tackles for pens earlier. Not this time, exactly. JDC, no, Valverde punching bag is on. There you go. Lookman's a waste of a lot of chances. He's cost Atletico de Madrid the game today, I think, because he had three big chances in the game. He squashed them all. Griezmann has played poorly. I expected more from Griezmann today, given his experience. Atletico, fingers crossed, Alex. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Will it be time to party after this 1-1? Arsenal fans will be celebrating a draw, no doubt about it. We're going to bring them back to the Emirates. We're going to beat them. Yeah, like you beat Bournemouth. Arsenal have been the better side over this last few minutes, though. Got no huge game mentality. Yeah. I think Arteta does not appreciate the squad he has. This is why. Can I just say something, guys? I just want to say this. This is why Atletico Madrid, right, should have just let Barcelona go through, man. Because Barcelona would have beat Arsenal today. The only reason that Barcelona didn't go through is because the referee gave a red card in the first leg. I think Arteta does not appreciate the squad he has and should trust that his team to play exciting, productive football, Sean. I don't think they have a very good team. I don't think they're amazing. I think their attack is a little bit sus, in my opinion. They need to bring Surloff on, Crystal Palace legend. Atletico have to beat Arsenal away or draw. They go to penalties in extra time. They can't lose, but they need to try and get a win from somewhere. Why didn't they move Alvarez as a left wing and Surloff as I don't know, mate. I hope he's going for the game though. I hope he's actually going for the game. I hope he's not trying to stifle it and just get a 1-1 draw and that's it. I hope he's actually trying to. Sal, do you think Bruno will see a title at United before he leaves the club? Same question about Bruno seeing a title at United. If he leaves in the summer, no, he won't. There's rumors about him leaving in the summer, so you never know if he leaves. No, we never know what happens last season. I think we have to have belief. It depends on the board. If the board back whoever's the manager, there's no reason why we can't challenge for a title, you know. But I would like to see Bruno win a title. It would be nice. They said they would be victorious over United at the Emirates. And they lost. Exactly that. They said they'd be victorious against Bournemouth and they lost. You know what? We should bring Surloff as a backup striker. Yeah. I can think of better strikers. I would bring even Tony. Someone like that. Definitely. Someone like an even Tony would be good at Man United. I think even Tony's underrated. Just because he's playing in Saudi. You know, I think he's underrated. I think he should be there. I don't want to substitute from Atletico. Their first team players should be our substitutes. Their substitutes shouldn't be in our squad. That's the thing. And he didn't do that work, Crystal Palace, did he? I never believe in going back, Stephen, to be honest with you. I don't believe in going back. I think we need to move on from Danny Welbeck, and they're going to want a bit of money for him. So I would say move on from Danny Welbeck and get someone else. Um, that's what I would do. Arsenal have dominated the last few minutes of the game, guys. 7 minutes of injury time. Arsenal have dominated, in all fairness, the last few minutes of the game. The thing I don't like about Atletico is that they're only sitting back. Yeah, but he won't want that at Man United. He's made his money. He knows that Man United won't pay that. But he would be a choice for me. He's so underrated. It's unbelievable. I mean, how they put Solanke in the England squad ahead of even Tony, I don't know. These guys are idiots. And Gregory, it's so frustrating when our front office displays a small club mentality at a giant club. Yeah. The era of the striker, is dying. We haven't really there's no real true number nines these days. This is why I like even Tony and people like that, because there's no real true number nines these days. Who can really hold that line and play the game. Arsenal, Atletico are just sitting back. I'm not a fan of Atletico. Mete of Palace is a good striker. Mateta, you mean? I would prefer him than to Surloff. Yeah, I would prefer Mateta to Surloff. I think he wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, but he's going to be expensive. That's the thing. To have a backup striker, and we have to look at the priority of our team. I think Mateta would be about 50, wouldn't he? At least. Hasn't had a good season this season, but I think he's a good option to have. Paint watches dry. Paint Arsenal dry. Yeah. This is awful. 1-1. This is the game to see who loses the final. Samuel, what do you think of some Arsenal fans on TikTok saying Mesut Ozil is better than Bruno Fernandes? I ignore them, mate. I don't talk about Arsenal fans because Ozil was a good player, but every single player that ever played for Arsenal is the greatest to them. They're better than all Man United players, apparently. Now, it's not like Man United dominated football for 20 years, I mean, every time an Arsenal fan talks about their players, right, they talk about their players being the best of all time. They don't say that they were very good. They're up there as one of the best. They say they're the best. And that's what I don't like about Arsenal. Arsenal fans are always saying that they're the best. If Roy Keane wasn't better than Vieira, how comes Roy Keane? Look, man. If Roy Keane wasn't better than Vieira, how comes every time, more times than not, 9 times out of 10, Roy Keane had the better of Vieira? Corner to Atletico. Oh, he's bloody kicked it over. It's not a corner. Did he hit the bar? Thought he touched his eye. Went over the bar. Sean. Tonali and Tony at United. The bookies in Manchester will be yeah. Tonali and Tony. Did he touch it? No, that was a corner. Should have been a corner to Atletico there. Should have been a corner. 3 minutes of the game to go. 1-1. Has been a ball fest, to be honest. Madawiki on the right. Was it Eze? Here we go. Chance for Arsenal. Keep it tight and let it go, for goodness sake. Get that ball out. 2 minutes to go of the game. Get that ball out. You've got one more chance. Get that ball upfield. Even Thierry Henry, the king of Highbury. Thierry Henry is nowhere near the best player of Premier League history. He's a great player, Thierry, but he's overrated. In regards to, not overrated as a footballer, but in regards to his ranking as a footballer. No, he's not number one. No. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy is a better finisher than him. You know, he bottled the Champions League at Arsenal. You know, had to leave to win it. And I think that there's many better legends in the Premier League than him. Thierry, the king of Highbury. No. Thierry, as I said in one of my videos, was one of the most overhyped players in history. I'll say that right now. Very good player, but number one in Premier League history. Get out of here. Cantona was better than him. You know, yeah, these people, like, this is the thing about Arsenal. Yeah, they're good players. They're up there. There's one of the best. Henry's up there as one of the best, but he's not the best. You know what I mean? You can't say that a player is the best who you know, and just throw everyone under the bus, you know? Some meaty tackling in the game tonight. And they've got a big game, isn't it, at the weekend? Arsenal. Who Arsenal got a weekend? They got Fulham. That's going to be a difficult game. 20 seconds to go. Ryan, Arteta is playing for a draw in every game. Boring. Yeah. Both these teams are the same, child. They're both the same, mate. They're both the same. Do you think United will sell or loan some youth players next season? Probably, yeah. Probably. I would like to see Jada. It's full time, guys. 1-1 in this game. 1-1. Game on. The game has ended 1-1 in this game, guys. Absolutely. El Snoozio ends 1-1, guys. Now it's wide open. The game is wide open. Anyone to play for. I can't see anyone annihilating anyone. I think this game's going to be similar next week. Kind of predicted a result like this, you know, but that was awful, guys. I heard what you asked the wrong way, Sal. That is the worst English grammar I've ever read. I heard what you asked the wrong way, Sal. Oh, I heard what you asked the wrong way. I don't know what you mean by that, Gregory. What did I say that you heard wrongly? Neither team wanted to lose. It was never about winning. Yeah, it was never about winning today, Mandem. Absolutely. This was disgrace. It's good, this atrocity. Thank you guys for surviving it. I really appreciate everyone who survived it. But this game was an absolute atrocity. You know, I think this, you know, it was an absolute awful game. An absolute disgrace of a game. And the quality was dead. Absolute dead quality. You know, I'm telling you guys, it was awful. And I would never subject that to anyone to watch that game again. I mean, goodness me. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it is 1-1. It is all to play for. It's not over. The away goal don't count, of course. So 1-1 isn't the best result in the world. I think it will be something similar at the Emirates next week. I do think that. I think it will be something similar. And I think, yeah, you know what I mean. Johnny, the dopamine hit I got from seeing that game, my goodness, man, exactly. I mean, as soon as it hit full time, my goodness me. And I actually think that Atletico should have won that. I think they should have won that. I mean, the chances that were missed were incredible. You know what I mean? Stephen, last night's game between blows this one. I mean, it's a different level, mate. Last night's game and this game was a completely different level. When you're thinking about last night's game, it was like a different sport. You know what I mean? It was like a different sport, you know? Johnny, I told my girlfriend I couldn't go out tonight because I was watching Arsenal. Man, this is my job, so I had to watch the game. If I had the choice, I would not watch the game. There's plenty of other things I would have watched. I would have been in bed with my wife, you know, relaxing, sleeping right now, because I am 3 hours ahead of England. I mean, at the end of the day, that's where I would be. You know, but it's my job. It's my job. Absolutely. But yeah, it has ended. We have been put out of our misery, guys. Arsenal draw 1-1. They go back to the Emirates with a 1-1 draw. Arsenal will be celebrating that, of course. Of course, they'll be celebrating that. They're going to go out there and Arsenal are going to do an open top bus parade for that game, guys. You watch. We went 1-1. We're going to bring them back to the Emirates and we're going to beat them. And da, 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 da. You know what they're going to be like. You know, it's drown out the noise, drown out the noise. That's what Arsenal are going to be, guys. They're going to just drown out the noise. They're going to start celebrating all week, going on and on about how they're going to slap up Atletico Madrid in the next round. Atletico Madrid need to understand that they should have won this game, but the game is not over. It is a draw. There's another 90 minutes or 120 minutes to go. God help us, of course. So let's wait and see what happens, guys. Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, thank you, everyone. I want to appreciate everyone for joining me today. I really appreciate everyone. It's been a mad one. It's been a rocky ride. We all survived the watch along between Atletico Madrid and Arsenal. You should pat yourself on the back. You should be very proud. I'm proud of you guys. Look, you know, we got another one to go. Just one more to go, guys. I feel like I'm motivating myself for this one. We got one more game to go, guys, between these two times, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. These two sides. This actually looked like a championship game to me. You know, it just actually looked like a championship game to me. You know, and it felt that way. The quality was actually less than the championship sometimes. It really was. But yeah, we got through it, guys. But yeah, look, you know what? Back to reality. Man United tomorrow. I will be here talking about Man United. Some news about Man United tomorrow in regards to transfers and that on Breaking Dawn. Don't forget to join me for Breaking Dawn, guys. I'm doing a watch along tomorrow as well for Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa in the Europa League semi-final. Don't forget to join me for that. I will be on Hussam's channel as well later on. I don't even want to watch the highlights. You should watch the highlights, Creeping Death. Analyze the game properly. You know, look at the game deep in your eyes and look at the game and analyze it. You know, it's very, big up, my friend. Big up everyone in the stream. You're absolute legends. Smash a like on the way out, guys. If you haven't smashed a like already, you should be. You know, come on, guys. Smash a like for me and help the channel. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn. Take it easy.